that he was concerned that South Carolina could be under a terrorist nuclear attack, and he was warning the citizens that Charleston Harbor would be the actual location. And this is beyond that. Okay, that's insane, right? Vice Admiral this is a Vice Admiral who was fired the same day later after we broke this report. He was the #2 nuclear commander in the United States of America.
Then they fired the head guy a week later. Stay there. We're going to be right back, folks. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems and enhance overall health. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com Oil of Oregano formulation, a highly advanced nutraceutical form of this key herb that has been traditionally used by civilizations for thousands of years to promote health. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market, sourced from top leading manufacturers to ensure a concentrated level of bioactive ingredients. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules, you will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Wild crafted from the Mediterranean oregano species that experts agree is one of the most powerful and most challenging to acquire. This winter season, it's more important than ever to secure this true form of oil of oregano. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin, the most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Crashing through the lies and disinformation, it's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Alex Jones here, back live. If you're a long-time listener, I mean, you know this to be true, but if you're a new listener, You can just search my name and InfoWars. We've broken hundreds of national news stories. And every time they go, it's not true that the Pentagon's training to take on the Tea Party and the #1 enemy is veterans and gun owners and libertarians and Ron Paul. And then they call the FBI, this is 6 years ago, and go, is that report real? And they go, yes, and Mr. Jones isn't supposed to have it. It's restricted. I mean, do you think I want to get on air and say a whole bunch, more than 5 warheads, loaded on trucks that weren't even supposed to be there, and the police go, where's the paperwork? There ain't supposed to be nukes here. They have private police there. And the military were there, too, going, yeah, they were the ones that flagged to the police and said, we've been told, but there's not even an order from the base commander. And everybody's marveling at nukes in 18-wheelers. What was it, 3 trucks? And it's going to South Carolina. And then we didn't just believe the source that is confirmed, good source. And it was their duty to tell us, but let's just say this. This person's known this person, I'm not going to say I know them, for a very long time and had now talked to him in 2 years, will not talk to him. And then I call the police at the base, and we called them all on air. And they're like, we're not going to discuss this with you. And then I talked to another source, another journalist that actually lives out in that area, and they talk to him. They go, yeah, don't ask us about that. So then all hell breaks loose, and within 1 week, 36 nuke commanders, generals are fired. That's, what is that, CBS News as well. So Anthony Gucciardi, people that ask us, well, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. But I know that suddenly Santorum was asked about this at its town hall, and Bloomberg, which doesn't go with something unless it's been green-lighted, and Daily Beast, well, that's the subgroup of, what, Newsweek? The online Newsweek? And a bunch of other publications all attacked me for this weekend, and us. So the question is, what does it signify that the green light's now out there to make fun of the missing nuke story? Is it that... because then Obama, a month after we warned, comes out and says, my biggest fear is a nuke going off in New York, and not saying who. Graham gave a speech within 3 hours of us breaking this, saying, we've got to launch an attack on Syria. You've got the quotes there from CBS News again. I don't know why it's always CBS, but they just keep popping up. He gives a speech at a town hall and says, we've got to invade, or Charleston or Manhattan will be nuked by Assad. So are they planting a nuclear false flag to blame it on Assad, who they now want us to ally with? And I saw McCain on TV this morning. I actually sent it to Nico's instant messenger. He's not here today. And McCain was on there going, Obama needs to grow up and stop throwing temper tantrums, was the headline. He needs to stop throwing fits. And we need to stop Assad with ISIS. So they think we're so dumb, they're now saying Assad is ISIS, which he's Shiite, they're Sunni, opposite group. We're funding them. I mean, the level of bull has just reached biblical proportions. Anthony Gucciardi, what do you think's really going on here? And then go through the original story that we should be recapping anyways, and another article today of another nuke commander fired today in Oklahoma, Anthony.
So you talk about bull, right? And here we have this story with exclusive quote from someone telling us, super high level, we verified that there's nukes being transferred to South Carolina. 3 hours later.
They told us directly.
They told us directly and said, you got to get this out. We vetted it and said, we don't know about this. We don't know. We looked into it. We decided to publish it and say, hey, here's what we got. 3 hours later, Lindsey Graham says South Carolina is going to be nuked. That's where he told us that the nukes were going.
I can't believe we're on air. It's us doing this.
Same day.
I mean, I can't believe that I don't want to be doing this. Where is the media? I'm sick of taking all the risk, Anthony. Do people have any idea how dangerous this is?
They have no idea what's actually happening. It's funny that those publications are making fun of it, which means it's actually true. But the same day, a month later, it's reported the #2 nuclear commander in the United States of America fired. And here, get this. Why was he fired? Was he doing something with the launch codes? No. He was in Iowa at a casino, and he may have used gambling chips improperly to the point that they can be considered counterfeit chips. You're really going to fire the #2 nuclear commander of the United States of America with launch codes to decimate any nation because of counterfeit chips in an Iowa casino? What a joke, right? What a total joke.
There was no investigation.
No, and then they admit that if the Associated Press hadn't have found out, that they wouldn't have even announced it. It was the same day the same exact day that all this came out. And then they purged 34 missile launch officers who had the codes and everything like that. They're just wiping the slate clean because they would not go along with it. Obviously, we were at that point. It made more sense at the time because it was September of 2013 when we were at a heated attempt to attack Syria. And Obama was pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. We needed an excuse. So the excuse was we're going to get nuked if we don't go.
But it's now 30-plus generals, not just the launch officers. And then they've been purging everywhere else. I mean, that's been in the news, the unprecedented purge.
Oh, absolutely. All the top generals are freaking out and everything, and there's even generals making YouTube videos about it. But now, wing commander fired amid investigation. This is 3 days ago, just breaking here. The Commodore of the Navy Strategic Communications Wing 1, based in Oklahoma, was fired Tuesday after a loss of confidence in her ability to lead. She was not performing up to the high standards demanded in command. I mean, none of these things are giving real reasons. Oh, he played with poker chips in Iowa.
Yeah, used to it was he leaked classified info or he was, you know, going out with his secretary. No, this is all just nebulous.
It's total horse. And if you look at over and over and over again, all these things happening on September 3rd, the same day we got the intel, it is abundantly clear. And what's funny is on those reports, they make it sound wacky and crazy, like, oh my God, a nuke. But all the comments are like, no, actually, if you read the reports, all these things happen on the same day.
And we had 6 nukes missing in 2007, and then it was like 7 or 8 people died in a week who loaded them to cover it up, and they were about to fly them out to the Middle East, but again, the military police on the base knew what to recognize, that the paperwork wasn't right, went out and checked, and there was a big freak out on the tarmac because Weldon Henson had his best buddy was stationed there in the Air Force MPs, and there was a big standoff there.
Yep.
Because there's still trained people in this country that know when they're seeing something serious.
And as he was telling us, some of the people on the base already knew there were nuclear warheads there when they said they weren't. So we already know there were nuclear warheads on that base when they said that there were none on the base themselves. Which
yeah, Weldon himself was stationed at Dyess for a while.
Yes, and he said it's pretty obvious what's going on.
But this was in Louisiana at the base where they flew the Minot weapons from the Dakotas before.
No, of course, I'm tying it into how Dyess, they actually saw multiple planes and said, yo, those are actually made to carry nuclear warheads. So they were storing them there. And when I called them, they were like, we don't have any nuclear capabilities at this base. So it's just a lie web over and over and over again. And, you know, if the Pentagon can lose billions of dollars and not know where it is, they can easily, quote unquote, lose nukes. You know?
Well, and again, we thought it might have been going to the Pentax base down the road where they destroy the nukes. But that's not what happened. It went to South Carolina.
Yep, and it's funny because like this is not made up. You can go and look at the timestamps and everything. The driver said South Carolina. 3 hours before Lindsey Graham says South Carolina is going to be nuked. I mean, is that not clear enough? Is that not clear? Before the second nuclear commander in the United States get fired the same day. And I believe that individual stood up to this and said, no, I will not do it.
Anthony, what do you think's really going on?
I think there are different groups in the military that are for false flagging and are against it. And I think the #2 new commander that was fired for illegal gambling chips, which is probably a total BS, was actually obstructing this and saying he was not going to launch an attack in South Carolina as a pretext to invade Syria and Iran and others. Because
we'll be right back. Stay with us, Infowars.com. We're going to tie it in and give the number up.
Hey, how you doing, Al?
Good, brother.
Just recently started using your products. Everything you said about them's correct. Me and my wife both use a lot of them, and it's made a lot of changes in our lives here.
Well, thank you, brother. It's because it also funds our operation, but doing that, I know I've got to have the highest quality. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals.
We do the Super Male and the Super Female Vitality. Big changes, a lot of energy. We've gotten off of the cheap energy drinks, energy shots, saving a ton of money there.
Sourced from powerful organic herbs, harvested around the planet, and then concentrated for maximum potency. They want to stun and dumb down, and energy drinks and stuff just cover that up for a while, but then burn you out, in my experience, whereas stuff that gets your glands naturally going goes right to the source. So it's pretty exciting, and I love it. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water.